Tammy Rivera, okay, is out here pissing people off, okay? She has been on the defense ever since she took back her cheating ass husband, Waka Flocka, okay? And she wants us to feel bad since we're making her feel bad regarding her decision to take it back. All right, so she did an interview back in November. It was like around November 10th with Blue Bombshell, a fashion blog. And they asked her some questions on her life and on her work and also her relationship, which they're supposed to, okay? And we're supposed to as well. Okay, she signed a contract with Mona Scott here of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to keep us regularly informed on her business. All right, she gets paid $16,000 per episode, okay, to do that. So we have that right. Hold your ground, okay, and dismiss all this shit when Tammy trying to come for us, because this is what she did in this interview. She tried to come for us on the slide because she's always had to defend this relationship because of Waka. Waka put her in this situation. She got to defend. She got to fight with her husband. She got to fight with the groupies. Okay, she got to fight with us, which she has that is in her contract to do. She has to fight with us. Okay, and then she fights with the media. So she pissed off, but and you clearly tell. Blue Bombshell asked her this question: what gave you the courage to stay and give your husband another chance? Now, this is like the 18th time she's taking him back. They've only been married 2 years, and he was cheating before he got married and cheated when he was married. So, yeah, that's who she's dealing with. So I would be mad too. I would too, if I'm tired of answering questions. But like I said, she gets paid to do that. Now, what gave you the courage to stay and give your husband another chance? Tammy Rivera replies, because my husband is a good man. He's a great man. And I think in today's society, everything is disposable. Times are not the same. You got that right. Times aren't the same, okay? In the 80s and 90s, HIV was a killing disease. Now it's chronic illness like diabetes. You can catch it and don't worry about nothing. Okay? And then she says, I can go out and find me another man. Niggas ain't nothing. Hold that thought right there, okay? Then she goes on. She's saying some great things. He didn't grow up with a father and a mother. But I have to say this. If anybody has known Miss Debbie and has watched Miss Debbie on TV, Miss Debbie is a crossbreed of both man and woman. Okay, don't come from Miss Debbie. She was the man and the wife of her household. One day she a man, one day she a woman. We don't know. Okay, and she's about her business. And then she goes on to say, you have all these groupies and stuff. I told you she always fighting the groupies. That's her job. She's the wife of Waka's cheating ass. And all these things. But despite all of that, behind closed doors, I know this man loves me to death. I know he loves my child to death. Ooh, when you love somebody's child and the daddy ain't in the picture, you got that hard. Waka know what he doing. He can cheat and make sure he love that baby. Shoot up a few dollars every now and then. Tammy gonna take him back. Always. Okay. And he does anything for us. So my mom always told me, okay, you can find a man who can financially take care of you. You can find a man who might not be a cheater. Might have it all together. Might have grew up with a father. Okay. But it's hard to find real love. Okay. And a person who genuinely loves you and who is willing to change. My husband is willing to change for his family. So why would I give up on my husband? She could have ended it right there. That was enough. Okay. But Tammy, because she gets paid to piss us off now. Okay. She has to keep us in her business. So she always got to have one up. All right. She continues and adds, why would I give up on my husband? I'm not that type. Now, this is what pissed women off. I think that it's weak of a woman to do that. And it's easier to walk away as opposed to then speaking up. So those were the words of Tammy Rivera. The screenshot was up. Okay, now this, like I said, this interview came out November 10th. It is now became public, okay, information. I don't know if they just released it, but when I pulled it, like I said, it was published on November 10th, and the blogs just picked it up now. I guess somebody finally was like, hold up, did you hear this mess? Okay, so this came out like a couple months after she took Waka back for the 18th time. Now, what Tammy said, that is a statement coming from an abused person, all right? It's no different from a bully on the playground. Let's look at this, okay? If you want to understand why Tammy made this statement, okay? And she's trying to make us feel less than her and like we don't understand what she's going through. And we do, okay? What woman hasn't been with somebody that's cheated on her? We understand that, and then you love him. We get that. We're all one, but she seems to think that we're not all one because she's abused, okay? She's damaged. So listen to this. Tammy's no different from the bully on the playground, okay? The bully becomes a bully because he's bullied at home, and so that's the behavior that he's taught, or she. And so when they get to the playground, the bully's always looking, always on the defense, okay? And so sometimes when, you know, people don't even come to them, they'll still go. But if somebody even looks at them wrong or asks them a question, that's when the bully is given like code red to, you know what I'm saying, to do what they do, to abuse. Because like I said, bullies are abused people. And so Tammy's no different from a bully. So let's picture this, okay? Tammy's a bully on the playground. I'm the non-bully, all right? So a kid is over there and maybe they've made fun of the bully in the classroom. Okay, or maybe came up and asked her a question and she didn't like what they had to say. So the bully's always going to do what they naturally do, abuse, because that's all they know is abuse. So she says, Tasha, I'm the non-bully. Come with me so I can go and hit Chrissy in the face. And then I say to non-bully, don't hit her in the face. Don't do that. You know, that's not nice. She didn't do anything. Well, yes, she did. And you're weak if you don't want to come. Did you catch that? Okay? You didn't catch it, did you? Okay? She's the bully. I'm the non-bully. She wants me to participate and think like her and do what she says do. But as soon as I say no, she tells me I'm dumb for not agreeing with her. That's what Tammy's doing because she's damaged, okay? She's abused and she don't even know it. All right? Now, Tammy has the right to take back her cheating ass man if he cheats 100 times. Even if he brings her back STDs or whatever, she has that right to do that. But she doesn't have the right to make somebody else feel dumb, okay, about her decision. That's her decision. But don't get mad at me and make me feel like, okay, I'm not in my right mind just because you're not in your right mind. Misery loves company, right? So she miserable. She wants you to feel miserable. That's the only way. That's the only reason why she threw that kind of shade in this interview. Now, Tammy ain't keeping it all the way 100 as to why she took Waka back, okay? And I know why she took Waka back. I do. You know me, I go digging, okay? I want the shit to come out their own mouth. Tammy's done two things because Tammy knows her place, okay? Tammy's settled. She said this on the Breakfast Club with Waka a few months ago, okay? Let me play back this clip of Tammy saying, they asked her the same question. Another answer. Why did you take him back? She says, well, this. Here it is.
I'm saying all that to say that's why you should never give a guy like that an opportunity, even if you are single.
No, that's not true because sometimes a guy see what another man has and see that it was good and be like, listen, I want that and I can do better by it.
5 years. Like, I'm like, yo.
Because we'll say that ain't nobody never come at me disrespectful. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all ain't gonna do no better than with this. Because I mean, what I'm gonna just start a whole nother.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's smart.
No, that's not smart.
Now you see that? Tammy settled, and this goes back to the bully. All right? The bully being abused at home. Okay? Tammy settled because she's been talking to her grandma and her aunt and them. All right? She has. And they told her to take Waka back. They did. She actually put out a Snapchat video stating that. Let me play back this video too so I can prove my point real quick. Here it is.
You know, I found it funny when people are like, oh, she's stupid for going back to her husband. Your mother must be stupid too, huh? And your grandmother and your auntie. Because I'm sure if you sit down with any of them who's been married for 30, 40, 50, 60 years and ask them about your grandfather, they'll tell you some shit that will surprise the fuck out you.
You remember my story of the bully being abused at home? And so when they leave the house, all they know is abuse, okay? That's the same thing. Tammy comes from the projects. Everybody around her and her family was doing drugs, selling crack, going to jail. Men wasn't around. And so these are the women that was giving her advice. Women that came up in the 50s and 60s that had to deal with men, okay, who had to go out and struggle for real, okay, to make it and to make ends meet. So they had a family at home. They had all these kids. They wasn't getting, you know what I'm saying, great hours or great money on their job, especially if they was black or Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't white coming up in the 50s and 60s, you wasn't shit. All right? So these men will ultimately start drinking. They would start sleeping with side pieces, okay? Because all of their stress would become depleted. All right? And so they needed something to make them feel good. And that's why during the Great Depression, the entertainment and the alcohol business rose, because when people are depressed and lonely and sad, this is what they go do. They go seek some type of entertainment. And that's what Waka does when he's on the road, okay? And her aunt and grandmas them told her that. So Tammy knows her place, okay? Waka's not going to stop cheating as long as he has to travel, because, see, Charlie, her daughter, Tammy's daughter, has to stay home. She can't go on the road with Tammy, all right? So when Waka's out and he's with the promoters and he has to go from city to city, he's not getting any sleep or anything like that, it can become stressful. And so when he's stressed out on the road and off the road, because Tammy kind of want to be there, but she can't. So she's like, I hope you ain't sleeping with no fucking groupies and stuff like that. Guess who's there to help replenish and take some of that stress off? It's the groupies. And her grandma and auntie them told her that. They said, listen, if you want to continue living that lifestyle, you have to understand what this man is going through. And you have to always defend your family. Okay? Honor your vows till death do you part. Because Tammy was raised by women who were abused, and she's doing that now. It's the same thing. The bully on the playground. And she want to make us feel like we crazy and stupid and we don't know what the hell we talking about. So, I want to end this video on this note, because I was raised too by women in the 50s, and I don't want y'all to think that I think this about all of my family members. No, my auntie was married one time, okay? And after her husband died, she had one boyfriend. She didn't have a revolving door of men, all right? And so when she took us in, we didn't ever see her with a man. Everybody we saw come around left at 6 o'clock in the evening, and that was her friend. So we ain't never seen no dude just laying around the house in his boxes asking us to fix him a plate of fish and grits, okay? And then half the time when these women got these dudes laying around the house, they trying to fill on the daughters in the house too. So she wasn't about that life. Hell no, because she would kill them. She would. You touch my nieces and my kids, I'm going to kill you. So she wasn't about that life. So she was a great teacher when it came to men and teaching me. So she was the first person that I went to when I wanted to know about men. So I asked her. I said, Auntie Diane, how do I know when a man really loves me? And she said, baby, when he spends all his time with you, all of it, okay? And that makes sense, because I've been married 11 years now. My husband spends all his time with me. And when he don't get it, ask my friends, he will put people out the house and everything, okay? You got to go. I got time with my wife. You got to go. So, you know what I'm saying? Now listen, Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy, during this same interview that Tammy stated that she was settling on, said this, okay? They said they used to get in trouble all the time with their wives, okay? Until they started bringing their wives with them wherever they went, okay? Let me play back this interview real quick here, so you can get a little life lesson. Here we go.
It's a lonely life, yo. My wife went out of town last week. Took the kids to South Carolina. I'm in the house by myself. I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. I got nothing to do.
I take my wife everywhere with me because I'm so bored. I'm in a hotel and I feel like a lady.
You don't want to be
by
tempted.
myself. I'm like,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So I just basically gave you the key, okay, to knowing if a man really loves you. Tammy was never given that key. Tammy basically is just settling for what she has. So don't you let her bully you at all, okay? Tammy has a very hard role to play, and it's an abusive role. And so things may tend to come out in an abusive way. Because Tammy is the rock at home, okay? And there are groupies to fulfill her man on the road because she can't go because she got a kid, okay? And plus the groupies were there before she got there. So they contribute to Waka's success. And that's why he's always going to cheat. Now, for me, and this could be for you, you can be the rock at home and the groupie on the road. Just like Charlamagne the God's wife is in DJ Envy. Okay? So don't you let no bully like this tell you no bullshit. All right? Because abusive people, and when you follow them and you look up to people like that, you're going to end up exuberating abusive behavior. Whatever the hell that word be. It just made sense. It felt like it flowed. But I got to go, guys. Okay? Enough about Tammy. Y'all leave her alone. Okay? That's a very hard household to run. Okay? I got to go.